Alright, YouTube. So bring out a recap of over the weekend testing tool. So as I said in the last video, I was going to start with the new reds, which on the first hit I was able to get down. So I believe it was due to me starting off on a linear curve in the ESC. Normally I have a custom curve that I started with from day one with the R1, but trying to switch it up now just to learn different things. So I started with a linear curve and I was able to get down with no problem. So as the day progressed, I consistently got down with that linear ramp. So curve, should I say, in the ESC. So I went back to my basic tune. If y'all don't remember, I'll probably get the tablet and show y'all. So I went back to my basic tune, was getting down. What I started to do was progress my ramp in the remote, and that was working. It pretty much worked. And then as y'all seen in the video, I tried Marco's tune. So what happened was, I believe I had more front half. I don't know, but in the shutdown, the car, on these two passes, the car kept spinning out of control and crashing. So for one, I didn't catch that the front shock bladder must have popped out or something. It was still inside, but it wasn't closing all the way. Like it's closing now, it wasn't doing that. So it was pretty much jammed up in here because of the air bubble up here. So I didn't catch that. I'm not sure if that happened on the first or the second flip. So now I bring the car back. I broke a body post and I replaced it and sent the car down again. And I went directly down. I flipped again at the end. I broke another body post, and I believe the wheelie bar, well, I'm not going to say I believe, I know the wheelie bar got adjusted because there's no grooves in this wheelie bar. So it just, if it takes a hard enough hit, it would move. So it moved and I didn't catch it. So I sent it down the next pass after that crash, and the car did a little pulling. And I didn't know why, so I started to check the front tires and go through the car just to make sure from the two crashes, it was good. And I still didn't catch this for one, and I didn't catch the wheelie bar. So if the wheelie bar is too low on this car, it will steer the car mid-track and towards the end. So after I didn't catch the wheelie bar, I sent it down again, and that wheelie bar steered it right into the wall, and I hit the little cement block and pretty much dinged up the car. So I broke the front shock. The servo came off, but the screws just popped out, if that make any sense, because I had like short screws inside of here, so they literally just popped out. I put longer ones now. I broke the servo saver. I got another one of those. I broke one of the pills. Let me see if I can find it. I broke one of the pills that's inside of there. I replaced that already. I think that was pretty much it. That's all that broke, but it was a hard hit. The bumper bent, but it took some heating up and back to normal now. But yeah, the car is ready to go. I was really in shock to see that the car was still in one piece. I also bent two screws in the front bulkhead. So what was happening here was, I'm not sure if that happened, honestly, I'm not sure if that happened before the two crashes or the wall hit, but these arms was sitting a little bit slanted, and I didn't even notice that. Literally, I caught that after I repaired the car, and just looking at it on the bench, I seen that this angle of this was off. So I replaced those bolts, and now everything, I was finding stuff that was wrong with the car that I didn't even know, and it could have been from the first or the second flip. It didn't crash, but the car just skidded out and flipped. So the little things is what add up. Also, I ordered a new front shock tower because this one is, I'll show y'all, it's weak. So I'm assuming it's from the crash, but y'all could see what happened there. It has flex in it because it's broken. So I got another one coming. It should be here today or tomorrow. So that's going to get fixed up. And that was the last piece to the puzzle right there. And I'm glad I caught that because I would have had flex in the front half. So what I was thinking was happening is that when I hit the brake and the pressure go down on the front, it moves the wheels. So it kind of was driving the car to like its own way. It was weird, but it is what it is. I got everything worked out, so I'm hoping to get some testing in, and we'll go from there. See how it goes. Also, y'all know our normal test spot that we always go to, which we was there at the testing tune. So we ran into a little issues there, so we're gonna have to work out some things before we can get back over there. Testing is okay, but event-wise, we're gonna have to work out some stuff. And I wouldn't even say testing there because just all in all, we just need to work out some things before we could actually get back over there and set up some events. So now we have our first points race coming up on Sunday. Now we have permission to be at a lot that I used to test that, but you know, the faster you get, the more shutdown you need. And this place is not ideal for shutdown. The traction is great. It's a great surface, but it's just not an ideal place for shutdown. So we're just gonna have to work what we have for right now and make the best of it. But I'm definitely pushing to get back that spot that we always been at. It's a shame. I've been there for 6 years, and it's a shame. We didn't lose it. That's the great part about it. But I'm gonna have to put in some footwork to get the spot back. It was some things that was done that wasn't supposed to be done, so they was a bit upset about it, and things just happened. So now I know we're gonna be out there. We have 2 points race in one, so we're not gonna be breaking no track records there, but the most consistent, and I could say would probably be the best thing to do and work on the shutdown. I have another spot I might check out. We'll see how that goes, but more than likely it will be at this place that I'm talking about. We got permission, so we will run into no trouble there, and we'll see how it goes. So as far as this, it's ready to go. I had everything set up different, so I said let me try to lay everything directly in the center. Battery goes here. So still a work in progress, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it gets down the track straight. That's what we're hoping. Everything should be set to go as far as the bench told me. So all right, let's get the Pro Stock up here and we'll go from there. Also, I have yet to change the tires. So I've been running red since the season start. I haven't tried the golds or the silvers yet. And these are just my mock-up tires that I put on for the bench. They're air, but I don't really use air no more. I was inconsistent with it. I was consistent, but when I get a hole or something, it just turned inconsistent for me. So I just stuck with foam and learned how to get down with those. So all right, let's get the Pro Stock up here and we'll go from there. All right, this is the Pro Stock. So I have yet to play with gearing on here. Ever since I went up to this pinion, I think it's a 23, I have stayed there. So I think I need to go up maybe 1 tooth or 2. We will see how the Cargan reacts. So now I started with silvers on this. And I tried about 2 times and it spun. I put the DragWorks on and it went right down. I don't even think I recorded it. So I might just stay with the DragWorks for this car because it's a wider tire and it could take more off the line. That's just my preference, and that's just what's working with this car, so that's why I'm going with it. So I didn't really get to mess with much on the car, but it's pretty much set up to go. Now, this is, if you're asking me or want my opinion on an FDR. Now, since this is a 272 transmission, most people use 2.6 or even Losi, which is a 2.43. Now, my transmission, well, this transmission should hit harder off the line and get to top acceleration faster. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me in the comments if I'm not, if I am. But this transmission should get to top speed faster and take a harder hit off the line, if I'm not mistaken, because the ratio is higher in the transmission. So, and the way I see that is because of the way the car reacts and I can hear the car in the big end sounding like it needs more. That's why I want to play with gearing. So this is a Traxxas transmission with a Spectrum setup. Remember, this is Pro Stock, so you could take any ready-to-run drag car and put it in an Outlaw car and run it in Pro Stock. So I'm saying that to say this. I think the 272 is going to work well for me, being that I can get to top speed faster. So I might be able to play with gearing and so on. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it takes longer. But from what my knowledge is and what I see when I run this car, and compared to when I had this in the low C, I would get to top speed faster in this car. I could hear it yelling like it needs more gear. But that's just me babbling or whatever. So also, I still want to change this. I know I'm gonna have to get a smaller servo, but I need a low profile servo, should I say? But I'm gonna need to put this servo up here, and that way I would be able to apply more power, because the car does a little wheelie off the line. But if I was able to push the battery up more, I might be able to compensate for that. So we will see what happens. So far, the Pro Stock is doing good. I got no complaints with it. I would like to do a little tweaks to it to get it faster, but for right now, it seems like it's on a mission. I haven't got it on the tree yet since I've messed with the P-curve. I've been running on the DTS, so I would like to see what the P-curve would do on the tree and then go from there. Shout out to my boy David Bones. He said he got to come out and he got a Pro Stock. He from CT. We've been going at it since I met him, Ford Tech and HPI days. So he said he want to mess with the Pro Stock. He said he's doing good on his numbers. So hopefully we can get something going at the next one. Might have to call him out. Anyway, though, it's all fun and love. So y'all stay tuned. Sucks about the spot, but we still working on it, y'all. So I got a big race coming. We got a big race coming up on. I believe it's in July. If not, it's in June. It's the $100 race. So we're gonna definitely have it at BCC. So we're just looking forward. Hopefully it's a good turnout and we can go from there. So y'all stay tuned for updates, and we definitely will be testing. Hopefully I can get out this week to see what the car does after rebuilding it. But if I can't, then stay tuned for the weekend's testing tune and then into the points race. So all right, guys, y'all stay tuned, and hopefully more to come.